Begin in a seated position. Allow yourself to feel the weight of the body through the tailbone, the lengthening of the spine, and softening of the legs. Take a few deep breaths here, centering body, mind, and spirit. As hands come to heart center, take a moment to dedicate this practice to your health and well-being. Hands coming to the earth, gently walk the fingertips forward, coming into a gentle seated forward fold. You can make some movements in the neck if you like, looking up and down, side to side. And walk the hands back to center. Bring fingertips behind the hips, pressing them into the ground, open the chest, and let the head drop back. Breathing deeply, you open up the chest towards the sky. Coming back through center, right hand plants on the ground, left arm reaches up and over, so you get a nice stretch along the left side body. Feel the heart gently spiral open. Coming back through center, left hand plants, right arm reaches open through the right side and gently spiral through the chest. Back through center for a spinal twist, left hand around right knee, look over right shoulder, breathing deeply. Inhale as you unwind and look over to the other side. Right hand around left knee, looking over left shoulder. Coming back through center, plant the hands and the legs out in front for a moment. Bounce the knees if you'd like. And then we'll plant the feet flat, hands on the ground. Inhale as you lift up for a reverse tabletop, opening hips and chest, and exhale, drop the hips down and fold forward over the fingertips. Again, inhale, reverse tabletop, open up the front body, engaging the back body some. Exhale, hips down, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up, reverse tabletop. Exhale, hips down, forward fold. Inhale as you come up, let's plant the right foot on the ground, reach the right hand towards the left foot, and lift up, opening up the heart, and exhale, drop down. Inhale, lift the hips up, open through the back bend, and exhale down. One more time, inhale, lift, exhale down. Switching sides, left foot plants, left hand reaches towards right foot. Inhale as you swing that hand up, opening heart and hips. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. One more time, inhale and exhale. Coming through center, make your way into a tabletop position, nice and slow. Maybe taking just a few movements as you get there. And then continue on with some cat-cows. We'll inhale, dropping the stomach, open chest and chin for cow. And exhale, chin and pelvis towards each other, cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Breathe deeply between the two postures. And then tuck the toes, make your way back into a downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then we're going to slowly swing forward, almost dropping the knees to the ground into a bear plank, and then press back into a downward dog. Again, dropping forward into that almost tabletop, that bear plank position, feeling the knees almost trying to pull towards the chest, back into downward dog, releasing the core. Again, inhale, float into that bear plank. We're going to hold here this time. So maybe you walk the toes in slightly so knees are under the hips. Breathe deeply here. And press back, downward dog. Here you can pedal out the dog for a moment if you'd like. Then swing all the way forward and down into a child's pose. Release the head. And then inhale forward to a high cobra. And exhale back, child's pose. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift into a high plank. Try to shift the body weight forward, drive feet and hands into the ground. Keep a micro bend in the elbows. Feel the core firing up here while you breathe deeply. And shift over into a side plank. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Press feet and hand into the ground. Almost squeeze them together to get more contraction along the right side body. Coming through center, switch over to the other side. Left hand down, right arm up, squeezing left foot to left hand. And through center, again holding that high plank for a moment, maybe shifting the body weight a bit more forward, and then drop the knees back to child's pose. Take a deep breath here to release for a moment. And then prepare for dolphin. Bring the elbows directly under the shoulders. Interlacing fingers. Press forearms firmly into the ground. Tuck the toes and lift the hips high. Think about releasing the chest towards the toes as you press the forearms in to lift the hips up. Trying to open up through the spine and shoulders as much as possible. You're welcome to stay in this downward dog position, or if you want to do steps towards headstand, you walk the feet a bit forward here. Bringing the back of the head into the hands and lift one foot towards the buttocks at a time, keeping the knee close to the chest. Alternating side to side, and if you'd like, you can lift both knees and hover with the knees hugging towards the chest for a moment. Breathing deeply, staying at the point in the practice that's appropriate for you, and then slowly lower down, making your way back to that down dolphin position. And then drop the knees into a child's pose. Slowly making your way up. We're going to bring the left hip down to the ground, heels to the right side. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head and drop right elbow towards the ankles. Breathing deeply, opening the left side here. Inhale as you come through center, releasing the hands. Bring right ankle over left knee for a spinal twist. Wrapping the left hand around the knee, looking over the right shoulder. Breathe deeply. Inhale to unwind and prepare for the other side, bringing the right hip down to the ground, heels to the left side. If you'd like, that bottom leg can go out in front, interlacing the hands behind the back of the head. Drop the left elbow towards the ankle, opening up the right side. Coming back through center, release the hands. Left ankle over right knee, twisting around to look over the left side. Deep breaths here. Inhale as you open, and exhale to sink in. Inhale as you unwind both legs out in front, tailbone presses into the ground. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Interlace fingers if you'd like to reach around the feet, or you can grab a hold of calves, ankles, or the outsides of the feet. Breathing deeply, you press the tailbone down and lengthen through the spine, slowly releasing closer and closer to the legs over time. Try to keep the spine nice and long here, rounding through the low back as little as possible. Inhale, coming back up into a seated position. Firmly plant the hips. Preparing for boat, reach the hands forward. Lift the heels off the ground if it's possible for you. Maybe bring the shins parallel to the ground, or even straighten the legs entirely. You lengthen through the spine, out the top of the head. Breathe deeply. Find a point to attach your gaze, attach that concentration to, and then release. Inhale as you reach up again for that forward fold, taking just a breath or two here this time. We're opening up and releasing just a little bit deeper in. Inhale as you come on out, releasing the hands. Bring the soles of the feet together, preparing for butterfly. We interlace the fingers around the toes, pulling the heels in towards the groin. Open up the chest and bounce the knees. And then for bound ankle, you can keep the hands at this point or wrap them around the ankles. Just gently draw the chest forward and fold forward a little bit. If that means little to no movement, that's okay. And then release that and make your way into a seated position. Taking a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to settle in after the short practice. Bring hands to prayer. We'll chant Om 3 times. May be blessed with radiant joy, peace, prosperity, and abundant health. Om Shanti.